Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Stylin', wildin'.
Hey guys, so today I am doing my March book haul. As you noticed, I haven't done a mid-March book haul, and that was because I just wanted to wait till the end of the month to do a giant one, so there you go. So this month I bought a total of 16 books. That's physical books. So yeah, this month wasn't as big for me in books, which is pretty funny because even for it not being very big for me, 16 books in a month is a lot for some people. Actually, for most people. Actually, 16 books is a lot for a lot of people in more than just a month. I guess with that, I'll get started. So I'm starting with the paperback books. The first one that I want to show you guys is On Writing by Stephen King. This is the only nonfiction book that I got. This one just really interested me because I'm a writer and I've recently gotten more into like learning about the mechanics of writing and just what it takes to become a better fiction writer, so I thought I'd pick this one up. Apparently this one's like highly acclaimed as one of the best books about writing out there, so I figured I would give this one a go. I don't know when I'm going to read it. I kind of want to save it for when I pick the one out of my jar that's a nonfiction book, out of my TBR jar. But at the same time, I kind of want to read it soon, so I guess I'll figure out all that when I get to it. The next paperback that I wanted to show you is Invisibility by Andrea Cremer and David Levithan. And this one is about a boy who was born invisible and a girl who can see him. So they fall in love. I'm guessing it's a love story. So this one looked really interesting. I actually got this for Christmas, but we just celebrated Christmas like last week or a couple weeks ago because my family is just weird like that. So I got this one for Christmas in March. But yeah, this one looked really cool. It was on my wish list, and so the person that got it for me just found it on my wish list and got it. So yes. So the next book that I got is long overdue. It is My True Love Gave to Me by lots of authors, and it's edited by Stephanie Perkins. And obviously I'm sure you could tell what book this was just by the bright pink, which I love. I just love this book in general. Aesthetics-wise, it's pretty blue, like Tiffany blue with like bright pink and all this. I'm not even like a big fan of pink, and I thought this was really cool. And I know I'm kind of late to the game in getting this book, but I have it for next Christmas, so I'm excited to read this for next Christmas. Up next is one that I actually got last month, but I forgot to haul it, and that is the special edition of The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I have the 4 books that he wrote by himself in paperback. I don't have Will Grayson by him and David Levithan. I've decided that I want to collect like John Green books. So now I have the paperbacks, I have the 10th anniversary edition of Looking for Alaska, and now I have this. I was also a supporter for DFTBA back when they were doing that, so I got another like exclusive edition of this book, but I haven't received it yet. It's in the mail. So yes, I will be adding that to the collection as well, and like I said, I'm just going to be trying to get as many John Green editions as I can. I don't know why, it sounded fun, and he's like my favorite author, so why not? Next up is a book that I bought for the sole reason that Jessie the Reader was talking about it and I wanted it too, and it is My Heart and Other Black Holes by Jasmine Wanga. I really hope I said that right. And this is apparently just like a really depressing but really amazing book. It is about this girl who's like a total nerd, and she is like obsessed with plotting her own death. It's a very interesting idea to me. Like, I want to read it and find out like why she is doing this. Like, is it just like that death fascinates her, or is she like depressed, or so I don't know. I do know that this is also a romance love story, but yeah, so I don't know when I'm gonna read this one, but this one looked really interesting to me too. Next up is another romance, but this one is a little more lighthearted. It is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, and this is just one of those guilty pleasure, feel-good love stories about a girl who meets a boy, and this is the first book in a companion trilogy. And yeah, I've heard so many good things about it that I just wanted to check it out, and I'm really glad. I ended up buying this one new because there were options to buy it used, but I was worried that I would get the other cover, because I love this cover and I love the covers for the other 2 books. so much better than the old covers. So I wanted to make sure I got the right covers, and I did. So yay. The next book in my haul is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, and this is the only book of hers that I'm missing, I think. I have both Amy and Roger's Epic Detour and Second Chance Summer, and I think this is her only other one. I could be wrong, but I don't know. This one looked really cool, another like fun summer contemporary read. I also really loved the cover and that the inside is like its own little like poster thing. Can you see that? I just thought that was really cool. It just looks like a really cool book, a really cool read, a really fun, it's kind of thick, but at the same time it just seems like it'll be one that I'll just like speed through. So this will be on my list for books that I want to read during the summer. Up next is one that I actually already read, but it is The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton, and this book was amazing. I read it like the day that I got it, and the cover was really cool. I think that was my biggest thing that got me was the cover. I do judge books by their covers. I can't help it. That you're just kind of, if you're going to be an author and you're going to write an amazing book, you need to have an amazing cover, and you just need to realize that. So, I read this one and it was really good. It was about this girl who was born with wings, and it was just a very peculiar book. Like the writing was really different and interesting, and the characters were all weird and interesting, and it was just a very poetic book. Like it wasn't like your run-of-the-mill fiction story about a girl. It was very different. So I think people who like different books will like this one. So up next is a trilogy that I bought on a total whim. I actually bought these for the covers, so hopefully they're good. It is the Touchstone trilogy, and I think these are actually more middle grade. So I have book 1, The Various, and seriously these covers are so cool. I just love the colors, like they're just it's so just rad. So The Various, oh, and these are by Steve Agard. The second one is Celandine. I am totally butchering everything about these books. Anyway, again, beautiful cover. And then the third one is Winterwoods. Again, with the random cover changes, drives me nuts. Absolutely nuts. The other cover for this one was really cool, and I really wanted it, and then I got this one and I was really sad. But maybe I will somehow get a hold of a copy of the third book with the right cover, or maybe I could even just get the cover. Wouldn't that be so cool? I still say there needs to be a store or like a website where you can just buy dust jackets for books. Wouldn't that be awesome? I think that'd be the coolest thing ever. I think somebody needs to do that right now. So the next book is The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson, and this is about a girl, Lenny, who she's used to being like the outcast, the band geek, the nerd, the quiet one who's living in her sister's shadow, and then suddenly when her sister dies, she's thrown into the spotlight, and all of a sudden she's thinking about all this stuff that she's never thought about before. And I thought this one was interesting. It sounds really sad, and I like really sad books, but it also sounds really, it seems kind of hopeful. Like I feel like the main character is going to go through some pretty significant changes that are going to make her hopeful. I don't know, I just thought this one sounded really, really good. And it's pretty short, so this one's one that I could finish pretty quickly. So, yes. Next is another one that I got for my Christmas in March thing. That is Wish by Alexandra Bolin, and it is about a dress that if you put on, you can use to make a wish. And so it's about a girl who finds the dress, and now she must figure out what to wish for. And this one I've never actually heard of other than once on Catty-tastic's channel, and it did sound intriguing, so I added it to my wish list. And like I said, I got it for Christmas, quote unquote, Marchmas. I'll call it Marchmas. It's an interesting concept, a dress that makes you make wishes. It looks really cute. It looks like a cute story, so there you go. So the next one is one that I'm really excited about. It is Lantia by Ali Condi, and this one is set in, well, Atlantia, and I don't know if it's about mermaids or if it's about just people that live underwater, but it's about this girl who wants to live up on land, and I feel like, well, I thought for a while that this was like a retelling of The Little Mermaid or something like that, but it doesn't sound like it is. Like something happens with her sister where her sister does something that traps the main character down underwater, and I don't know, it looked interesting. It's kind of a vague plot, but I mean, for one thing, I love the cover. The cover's really pretty. But also I like Ali Condi. She did the Matched trilogy, and those were really good too, so I will definitely be reading this one. This next one I got is Night Film by Marisha Pessel. I think that's how you say it. This is a like murder mystery style book, and it's about a girl who was found dead in a warehouse, and her death was ruled as a suicide, but the investigator that is investigating this whole thing doesn't think that it was a suicide. And not only that, but the dead girl's father was like this cult horror movie director. So I'm sure that probably has something to do with this, as it is called Night Film. And so the book, I guess, is just the investigator trying to solve this girl's murder. And this one looks really interesting. It's really heavy. Like, I didn't realize how heavy it was. But it's also cool because it has like script and pictures and really cool different things like that. So anyway, this one looked just really interesting to me. I don't have a whole lot of mystery books, but I've always found them really fascinating and really exciting, so I picked this one up. And the final book in my book haul is one that I have heard so many things about. It just came out recently. Everybody has it, so I had to have it too, and that is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. And this is a book about a world where there are two kinds of people. There are the silvers and the reds, and their class has to do with what blood type they have. So if they have silver blood, that means that they are like the highest of the high. They have magical powers and all that. And then the reds are the ones that live in poverty and are like slaves to them. And so the main girl in this book, while she has red blood, she also finds out that she has powers, and so that is really exciting. So I'm sure that in this book she is trying to figure out a way to take down the silvers. I hear that there is like crazy plot twist betrayal in this book, and so I can't wait to read it and find out what that is, because I love that aspect of books when there's like betrayal and twists and turns involved. So yes, this one is going to be a great one, and the cover is really cool. I know like a ton of people always like going like crazy over this cover, and I thought it was cool looking, but only, I mean, I couldn't really tell the crown of blood, but there's so much more to it. It's like, it actually looks like real blood. It's like not just red, it's like you can see through it to the crown underneath, and it's really cool, like really cool detailed stuff. Anyway, so yeah, this one looks really good. I'm so excited to put this on my shelf. And yes, in fact, I'm going to put all of my books on my shelf now. It's time to put the books on the shelf. And now that I have moved my camera all over the place, I will take the time to say thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tell me what books you got this month. And with that, I will see you next time. Bye!